Hey everybody, welcome to the very first episode of Dancing with the Stars season 13. So excited for this. Alright, so what I'm not excited for is Brooke Burke-Charvet coming back. I see you finally married your baby daddy. Congratulations. Alright, so Tom Bergeron is there as well, but you know what's not there? The old friggin' studio. They transformed this place into a spectacular dance palace. 3 whole stories. It's beautiful. Alright, so let's talk about the dancers, because we got 12 to get through. Meta World Peace was up first, aka Ron Arquette. His partner is Peta. It's her first year as a professional on the show. She's been on before here and there, but not as one of the regular professionals. So he's doing it for his daughter who went through chemotherapy, which is amazing that he's doing it for her. It's really cool. They did a cha-cha. It was a little bit light on the dancing. There was lots of stomping around though, if you're a big fan of that. It's almost like he's Rodman 2.0. I mean, it's kind of hard not to be all stampy if you are like 100 feet tall. So they ended up with a 14. I believe that was the lowest score of the night. Rob Kardashian was up next with his partner Cheryl. First impression, yo, Rob, you're a D-bag. Why do you gotta be like that? He was such a jerk. Right away, I did not like him. And his dance did not redeem anything for me either. They had a Viennese waltz, which was, I thought, really bad. And as bad as his sister was on her season, at least she had some assets to make up for it, if you know what I mean. He doesn't have any redeeming qualities on week 1 anyway. So they got a 16. Kristin Cavallari and Mark were up next. You know her from the hills, Laguna Beach, you know. They had a cha-cha. I thought it was pretty respectable. She's got potential, although she seemed pretty nervous and it was really lukewarm. You know, she was just... she's got a little sparkle. Hey, it's her first time at dancing. They ended up with a 19. China Phillips and Tony were up next. Tony, I love you. Viennese waltz. Tony needs a cup, judging from the video package. I thought it was going to be a train wreck, judging by that. But surprisingly, she did a really good job. She was very graceful. She was nervous, though. I'd like to see what she could do when she's not so nervous. I thought it was really good for week 1, so they ended up with a 22, tied for the highest score of the night. Nancy and Tristan were up next, and by Nancy I mean none other than Nancy Grace. Oh yeah, her twins are in the audience. Alright, show me you're sexy. Don't show me you're sexy. Let's just say she was better than Wendy Williams, but not as good as Cloris Leachman. 16. I'd like to see her stick around though, because she's got a few good weeks in her, I think. Alright, David Arquette and Kim were up next, and I'm sorry, but David Arquette just makes me sad. I don't know why. He used to make me smile a little bit, but he did a Viennese waltz, and he just sounds permanently drunk or high or both now. I don't know whether he just demolished too many brain cells and he can't recover from that, but it's really just, I want to cry when I see David Arquette. His dance, it was a little, and by a little, I mean a lot of crazy. 18 for him. He's goofy. What can you do? He makes me sad. Alright, Elisabetta Canales and Val, yes, Max's brother. He's on the show, can you believe it? She don't speak the English so good. There's a little bit of a language barrier. So they had a cha-cha. She had a few moves, but it was interrupted by herky-jerkiness. 15 for them. Hope Solo and Max were up next with the Viennese waltz. That is such a weird name, Hope Solo. I hope I'm not solo. She needs to get her act under control there, because she is a strong warrior woman that shall not be contained But if she wants to win Dancing with the Stars, she better be more of a girly butterfly, I think. I think she's got a lot of potential. I was a little disappointed though, because usually the athletes, the lady athletes, are really good. And not so good. Although they did give her a 21. Alright, Carson Kressley and Anna. They had a cha-cha, and this was probably my favorite dance of the night. First of all, Carson Kressley, I freaking love you. He was having fun. Everybody in the world was having fun that saw this dance. He tried like a mother to do this. And I mean this only with love. His dance reminded me of when you put boots on a dog. You know what I mean, dog owners. Yeah. Alright, they ended up with a 17. I thought it should have been much higher. Anyway, J.R. Martinez was up next with Karina. He is an amazing person. He probably has the best attitude out of anybody that I've ever listened to, pretty much ever. They had a Viennese waltz, and he did a really beautiful job for being a non-dancer especially. I mean, that aside, if I hadn't known that, I would have thought, wow, he did a really good job for day one. Best of the night, tied with China Phillips. He ended up with a 22, so congratulations. Ricky Lake and Derek Huff were up next with their Viennese waltz. It seemed like everybody was a Viennese waltz practically. She did a good job. It was better than I expected. I was a little surprised that she did so well because she's not a young, thin person. So yeah, she did really good. I think the older ladies in general though try harder, which is nice because they can do it. And it's nice to see that she did do it. They ended up with a 20. Respectable. Alright, so everybody's been waiting to see Chaz Bono, and Lacey Schwimmer was his partner. They did a cha-cha. And I was thinking, it's going to be difficult because he's really overweight. And, you know, I don't mean that in a mean way or anything. It's like, if it was a football player, if it was, you know, whatever, I'd say the same thing. So I'm not going to give him any special treatment. However, I thought the judges were a little bit overcompensating because they didn't want to be viewed as like prejudiced or whatever, and I thought that kind of sucked, but I just wanted them to give like a real review. It was better than I thought it was going to be. He's got some real musicality, and I think if he could just lose a few pounds, I think if he sticks around by the end of the season and he's like lost a few pounds, I think there's going to be like a great improvement there. But I don't know what's going to happen. The judges' scoring was fair. It was a 17, but they really kissed butt in the critique. So yeah, that's the standings. And tomorrow, LMFAO, Sean is going to be thrilled. And yeah, by the way, I'm not a stalker, but Ricky Lake, I saw you at the mall. I was with Sean, and you were with your son Milo. This was about 10 years ago. So yeah, that's a little fun fact for you guys. Ricky, you said hi to me. We talked for a second. Alright kids, so until tomorrow when one of these celebrities is going to be going home, much love.